in the audience. YG should really be on stage. YG's Plutonian's digital producer. YXSSXN if you want to make him an admin.
Okay.
Come on stage, YG. Join your destiny. Lucian wears moon boots. He's on your head.
Yeah, I know. That's a lot of pressure. My ship won't be able to hit a combat battle. You have insurance? Okay, interesting. My head is the mood indeed. Oh, there's YG. Digging the hairstyle, YG.
Here, I'll make some room. Here.
And I will too, if I can learn how to.
I'll just jump on your head. I'll just jump on your head.
Oh.
There we go. There we go. The new room.
I'll move. This is the most fun AMA I've ever been to.
Absolutely.
You can actually also play poker, guys. There's a poker table up here.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, yeah. So, on the bottom right, next to the bar, there's a poker set. You can actually play poker.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Didn't you want to play poker at the end of the universe still? Or was that poker or cards?
Well, that's a personal goal for Plutonians for me, to play a round of Hold'em at the end of the universe.
So can we invite anyone to this AMA, or is it all going to be Equinauts users, or is what's the room?
Copy the link.
Yeah, so
just copy
the
the
link
link.
on the top.
Yeah.
Let's copy the link. All right.
Okay,
We
let's
should
try.
paste it into the Telegram.
Yeah, that's dangerous. Yeah, that's it.
No, go for it.
Go for it.
Put it in. It holds. I think this room holds up to 100. So
Yeah.
the more the merrier. Get them in.
Equinauts Metaverse. Did I spell that right? I believe so.
Cool. They'll be like, why didn't you tell us 5 days ago?
Put it in the announcement channel as well. I'll do that. 1 sec. I'll get Adam to do it. 1 sec.
I'll post in the photos as well.
I was clicking on the pool tab. You can't play pool, can you? Not yet.
Not yet.
So, Ark, are you the dev? Or you
So I'm the guild leader.
screen?
Give it a
Okay. Cool.
That sounds like you typing too.
That's not my clicky keyboard. That sounds like
Oh,
cherry
really?
reds. I've got cherry brown.
It just sounds like how fast you type.
The mechanical typist has gone quiet.
Yeah. I'm
Sorry guys, that's totally my fault.
What have you got? Cherry? Are they cherry red? Sounds like cherry red.
Just people that I got from like this supermarket for $50.
Oh wow!
That's really good. It's just the mechanical keyboard slides on it.
Nice. I do like a good mechanical keyboard.
It's cool when you pan back, isn't it? You get a really good view.
Yeah. Okay,
I
now
love
we've got
that.
a whole bunch of people in here, which is great. Oh, apparently Mighty's in here, but he can't talk.
That might be a good thing. Just joking.
Sorry, Mighty. Yeah, what's his yeah, his name's Mighty. There we go.
Oi, I heard that.
I heard that.
Don't worry, he can type, he doesn't need to talk.
Yeah.
Mighty, you should be able to talk now. If you just go on the bottom left corner.
Mighty, you can. Oh, he's got the daily meeting in here. Okay.
Okay.
He's on stage though. Good work. He's on stage in the way.
Is he looking backwards there?
Yeah.
That's funny. I think I'm stuck.
So yeah, I don't know, YG, if you're still in the room, you should be able to turn on your mic and talk. Maybe he forgot. The official Telegram group has 85,000 members, just so you know. We've had a bit of argy-bargy recently, and some people spamming and stuff. Fake groups and stuff. All the fun stuff that goes on.
Oh, there's a bit of an audience. We need some instruments. And
Yeah, we need like a little warm-up track.
we can play in the Plutonian band.
We could. We could play the trailer.
Only update your admin as well, so you can speak.
Oh, cool. Oh, Adam's in here as well.
Oh, cool. Oh no! I broke it.
Your mic.
Oh no, there we go. Whose mic is that? That's not me. What are
You got a video phone.
Bit of feedback.
Who is that? Alright.
2-2.
Microphone check. 1 2 1 2. Testing.
Check.
2 3 4 3 4.
Can you hear mine?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
they're very clear.
You guys hear me?
Is that me?
I think someone's not wearing headphones.
Yeah, sounds like it.
There's a bit of an echo.
Turn the mic off.
Hey everyone, great to see you all. Very cool. I'll move over here so Marty's not in the way. Oh, YG's on stage again. Cool. YG, I think you can actually use your mic now. They made you an admin. Nox is about to start. Okay, cool. Whenever you're ready, Nox.
We'd like to extend a warm welcome to the Equinauts community joining us for this exciting introduction to our latest launch. Plutonians is an MMORPG VR space game that brings users the best of both multiplayer and metaverse gaming. We're joined by Plutonians CTO Tillmann Meyer and the DeFi GameFi Designer James Lee, who are going to tell us all about the project. Let's start with a quick introduction, then get into the questions.
Yeah. Was that our cue?
Yes.
Yeah, hi, I'm Till. I'm the CTO and Ryder. Hold on.
Bro.
Should I hold on? Who's that?
John.
That's John.
Hi, John.
I don't know John. Anyway, that's me.
Yeah. So, glad to be here, everyone, and nice to meet you. I'm James Lee, and
for my call.
okay, yeah, I can do that for sure.
Who is that? Someone. Hold the door. Yeah.
What did I
Anyway.
find out, Pa? Apa tahu dia find out beda.
Is that a hacker? That's funny.
Okay, we have got a bug bounty, so
We do have a bug bounty.
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
If anyone can patch that in the next 2 minutes.
Sorry guys, we must have got our smart contract order.
Hello, Pa Fonte Portal.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't even know who it is because I'm like facing out. I'm
Dia
on
bilang
stage.
cerita
She's
tu.
seated. What language is that, sir?
Feel my funny face, bro. Motherfuckers.
Anyway, what else should we say about the? Do you have any
Ano biar
questions?
not delete?
I can't even pick
I
one
don't know.
up.
I don't know how to mute this guy.
Ew.
I don't even know how he's talking. He's got a cheat code.
Betul.
Yeah,
Ini
yes.
sebelum pada pocah.
Sorry, guys, never happened before.
That's alright. We attract trouble everywhere we go.
on your fucking hand.
This guy.
If you're not going to participate correctly, just put yourself on mute.
Chat not found. My chat's disappeared. Is that a problem? I guess you can like read the questions if need be.
I might just try to relog. Let's see if I can read the questions. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what else to tell you at this point. We'll wait for another question.
You want to do a duet, Till?
Okay.
What do you want to sing?
What's a song we both know?
It's a good question.
Oh, I know one.
Yeah.
I have to remember how it goes.
I want to be under the sea in an octopus's garden.
Oh, I was thinking something similarly nautical, but
Oh, really?
more to do with Baileys.
Baileys.
Beige.
Green
You know?
beige, indeed.
Ever
Yes.
had a Baileys? Ever drink Baileys out of a shoe?
I'm partial to Baileys. Is that
Do you love me?
Oh, look, that's a little bit awkward. There's a whole room of people here. Till, I
Do
don't
you
think
love
you should
me?
be asking that.
You're playing a game.
Let's,
Love games.
You're playing your long games.
I guess the next question is, what inspired you to be part of Plutonians?
What inspired us to be part of
Or,
Plutonians?
To create Plutonians in the first place?
You know, I feel like Plutonians
Yes, you-
kind of yeah.
Yeah, we can hear.
I feel like Plutonians. It's more accurate to say that Plutonians found us, and Plutonians wanted to be created. That's definitely how it feels. We are just vessels transmitting this thing into the world.
Yeah. Look, I joined Till after he originally conceptualized it, but it's definitely something that's going to be a community-led project because we're definitely not writing the metaverse. I think everyone in the community, the gamers and all the asset builders, can really play part of building Plutonians.
And so what's, I think you touched on that, but what sort of sets Plutonians apart from other blockchain games?
Well, I don't really think there's any desirable blockchain games out there, to be honest, that have been stood up, especially in the metaverse sort of category or the gaming metaverse category. You know, I think we've got a lot of key differentiating factors. We've got our tool set that we're setting up that will allow our users to actually build out for Plutonians metaverse, but also build out and edit the game, edit content and assets. So that's definitely one of the key differentiating factors from us to anyone else out there in the marketplace. And we've also led with a VR demo as well. So we sort of didn't sort of gravitate to launching another capital building exercise such as a NFT marketplace or anything like that. I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Thank you. Okay, the next question is, can you talk us through some of the gameplay options in Plutonians?
Gameplay options. Well, I want to be very clear. It is a spaceship game. Make no mistake about that. But I guess beyond that, there's a whole other side to it that's going to open up around the end of March. and that's the game building tools. So users will be able to actually edit the well, they won't be able to edit. We'll obviously have our official content, but users will be able to create their own content and use the game engine to tell their story through the metaverse. So we're quite excited about that. So that's the content editor, the level builder, and the world builder, or the storyline editor. So we're excited to release those.
Nice. And how are NFTs incorporated?
Yeah. Do you want me to take that one as well? NFTs, I can lead on that. NFTs are super important part of the game, and we're kind of we want the interaction with the blockchain to be meaningful. So I guess what I mean by that is, if we're going to be hitting the blockchain, we need a real reason to do that. So look, in terms of the game, what that could mean, what that would mean for the player is, you'll have your spaceships as NFTs, but you'll also have components, weapons, and utilities for the ships, stuff like that. Yeah. Sorry, go on.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, all of the ships are actually 3D models in the NFT themselves, and we're aware that the metaverse is kind of a global effort, but we're doing our part to make sure that our NFTs will be compatible into the future, as best we can. So we're using standard units of measure, meters per second, for impulse and mass and stuff like that. So hopefully, people will support the Plutonian standard, if you will. And in turn, we hope to work with other projects to support their NFTs as well. And not only in Plutonians, but maybe even other UA fabric games.
Can you talk us through the in-game lending system?
The in-game lend. Sorry, what was the question?
In-game
lending. Okay. Yeah, I can talk through that if you like. So I mean, look, we call it a renting and borrowing platform that will be standing up. Users will need to stake the Plutonian DAO token to actually open up the opportunity to actually rent out a spaceship, NFT spaceship, or even loan out an NFT spaceship. And they'll be able to also accrue APR when they actually stake their PLD to open up that functionality. What that will actually give them the ability to do, so I guess I paint a picture for you. Someone has amassed a small fleet of NFT spaceships in Plutonians. It will allow them to take a hiatus and earn passive income on those spaceships, where someone else that couldn't necessarily afford, I guess, that pimped out ride that they've got, can rent that and fly that around. And again, for the actual borrower, for the lender, that allows them to earn income off that actual asset as well. And it's not limited to only one. They'll be able to rent out multiple NFTs that they actually hold.
Community is obviously a huge part of Plutonians. What does the team do to encourage this and help players feel the value?
Look, that's a great question. Yeah, I'll let you field it. No, you go.
I was going to say community is supremely important, and we're constantly listening to our community. For example, we obviously put up the VR demo, which we're quite proud of. And, you can play that in the arcade cabinets to the left of to the right of the stage.
Left and right.
Left and right.
Yeah.
But we got some feedback early on. They said, a lot of community members said, "Hey, look, I'm excited for the metaverse, but I don't have VR yet." So we made sure that we had that demo available in WebXR. So it's actually playable on desktop in Chrome, similar to this Portal's beta, and also in mobile. if you plug in a USB controller, you can still play. So that was one example of community feedback really changing the way we approached the build of the game.
Yeah,
another
absolutely.
another one that comes to mind is the pricing of the NFTs themselves. So a lot of people were initially excited by Star Atlas, but after seeing the marketplace and stuff, the consensus was that these ships are prohibitively expensive. People don't want to have this $1,200 barrier to entry to simply play the game. So Plutonians will have a free mint of the first ship, so that anybody can play.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, I guess to expand on that slightly as well, the community and an engaged community is ultimately important to us, because we aren't going down the avenue of paying players to play the game. We believe that we will have a desirable game to play, and an engaging and sticky ecosystem for users new to blockchain or that have been in blockchain for a while to really enjoy and sort of immerse themselves in. So I guess that means that we need a really, stronger engaged community, and we intend to build that through obviously standing up some great GameFi elements, but really, Till and the team have really driven forward with the promise of VR, and also, the promise of a really desirable game experience and an immersive one at that. So we will stay true to our values there. And really, we would love, a really strong community to come along for the ride with us as well as we stand up the Plutonians Metaverse.
Thank you. The next question is, why is it so important to the team not to limit Plutonians to one platform?
It's very important because the metaverse probably won't be on just one platform. I think the metaverse will take multiple platforms, and one example being augmented reality. So it kind of feels these days as if virtual reality has kind of leapfrogged or overtaken augmented reality, and in many ways, and kind of holding up your phone to view augmented reality, which was kind of cool, when it first came out. It's nowadays, the promise of virtual reality is kind of more compelling. But we get that question. So we want to make sure that we are in a position to support the future, and so the technologies that we are choosing to use to build Plutonians, we're doing our best to choose the path that we see as well, maybe not where the metaverse will end up, but certainly where it's headed, and it will certainly put us in the right position to take advantage of those new technologies. One that comes to mind is Web GPU. That spec is not out yet, but when it is, obviously games like Portals, games like this, and also Plutonians, who've taken those steps will be first in line to take advantage of that.
There are a variety of tokens available. Can you talk us through why that is?
Yeah, sure. I can fill this one if you like. So, look, I guess it's been a learning curve for us when we're sort of designing our go-to-market strategy, but also our in-game economy. And we have got our base 2 tokens, which are the Plutonian DAO, which is our governance token. It forms an integral part of our governance system that we'll be standing up. But what we did notice is, and we just sort of didn't want to reinvent the wheel at all. We sort of did look at, Star Atlas for a little bit of influence about, how they sort of use their go-to-market strategy around their tokenomics, and also even Sidus Heroes. So definitely key competitors for us. But in saying that, we sort of probably learned from a few of the mistakes that they made as well. I guess the way we've engineered our tokenomics around our Plutonian DAO, we've really stood up our utility for that from the get-go. And I guess if you did a little bit of analysis on the actual go-to-market performance of both of those projects' tokens, you'll find that the in-game token really outperformed the DAO tokens or the governance tokens that they were standing up. And there is a key reason for that, because the in-game tokens did have utility from the get-go. And what we've done as a sort of a result of that research is really sort of designed our tokens to not only have utility from the get-go, that will allow us to also build up liquidity and allow great trading experience across dexes that we're on, but also sexes. But then again, we've also developed a couple of in-game only tokens that really allow us to balance the gameplay. All these tokens have intrinsic value in our ecosystem and our in-game economy, and they all open up. And some tokens open up after a certain game tenure. We've got the Strange token, which is our play on Bitcoin, and that opens up opportunities to trade NFTs on a black market NFT marketplace, which is much a play on the dark web and Bitcoin. But also that also allows for that creative input into the Plutonians metaverse as well, because you can never have enough assets in the metaverse, and especially an unlimited sort of metaverse that we're standing up as well. There's a lot of different utilities for each of the tokens in the game, but they all really work towards really creating that equilibrium, really fair gameplay, and allowing us to really adjust the economy where we need to keep that gameplay fair and fun and engaging.
The tokens called and how can they be purchased?
Plutonian DAO, which is PLD, and
PLD,
our RPC is our Republic credits. So they can be purchased on launchpads currently. Obviously, Equinauts will be doing a launch. We just did a private sale with Core Starter that will sell out today.
Actually.
And we've got Cedarify doing the launch currently. That's just kicking off. And then we've also got Star Launch, Gamespad, Bull Perks, and then Blockpad from Blocktopia are also doing a launch. So quite a number of public launch pads you'll be able to get it from, but obviously love you to support Equinauts crew. They're a really great crew, and they'll also be playing some of our tokens as well. So other than that, you can support us at our TGE, and I guess we'll be launching on a nice sex, and also possibly on our own decks, and maybe in Radiant. Who knows?
Thank you for your kind words. Okay, now the last question is, what are your aspirations for Plutonians in the future?
Come on, visionary, you answer this one.
Plutonians for the future.
Yes.
Wow. It's just very exciting to be building, standing up a metaverse game to begin with. The future is bright. So yeah, bring your sunglasses. The exciting thing, I think, for the future of Plutonians is that community engagement. So we're actually we may as well drop a little exclusive, right? We can talk about labs. What do you think, James?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Go for it.
yeah.
We should.
So we're closing in on finishing the top-down shooter version of the game, which is kind of as it sounds. You're looking down on top of the spaceship, and we're doing that as a component or as a key component, but we're releasing it as kind of a public beta, not only to kind of get something else in front of the community, but to get community feedback as well. But it's also a key part of the game builder, because if you're going to be editing virtual worlds, you need a really nice top-down view to do that. So and similarly, the VR demo that you can play currently, that will be repurposed into the marketplace as a kind of a test flight facility. So you can, because all of the ships will have RNG on the stats. So you've got to do a bit of hunting to try and find the best in class. But what we realized was we actually have, in addition to those, we actually have a bunch of experiments, which kind of our devs kind of play around with when they're exploring ideas, kind of functional demos, I guess, if you want to call it that. And they're really cool to actually play with, but they're not necessarily production ready. But we saw an opportunity there, so we're actually going to launch them on Plutonian Labs. So it'll probably be labs.pluto.quest, and that'll give you a bit more of an overview of the roadmap, so of the kind of releases that are coming up. But we also want to give access to those kind of experiments that are going on behind the scenes, and we're really excited to kind of get community feedback on those. Especially when the DAO, when the Plutonian DAO is available as well, and we've got a lot of activities to do with that on the Discord and as well. But yeah, we're excited about launching the Plutonian Labs, as a way to, I guess, shorten that gap between the player and the dev, because ultimately, a lot of players are devs or want to be devs, or they know a bit of code, or maybe they participated in a game jam. So we're really excited about all of that stuff, and we don't necessarily see it as a kind of a traditional game studio where they deliver this super polished product, and then that's kind of the end of the relationship. We really want to see community participation, and it's really important to us. So we're excited about all of that. But yeah, for me personally, I think that's definitely the future of Plutonians. How's that?
That was great.
So again, I'm Art. I'm the guild leader of Equinauts Guild. So the first question is, what is the role of guilds in Plutonians?
That's a mighty good question, and it's something that we've been exploring over the past few weeks, actually. So, look, I guess a lot of guilds are set up to sort of be, I guess with scholarships and the like. I don't know if you were here for the earlier questions where we sort of said that we're not really standing up a model where we pay players to play the game. But again, we would obviously love that conduit to a lot of gamers and the networks and and the hype they can also bring to the game. So it's something where we're sort of exploring with a couple of guilds we've spoken to date, where we are sort of working out, is there some sort of model where we can sort of incentivize, potentially offer early INO opportunities with our NFTs, potentially some unique NFT offerings for guilds to really sort of make them unique and keep them in brand to that actual guild. But again, we won't be going down the sort of avenue of paying players to play the game because we do really want to stand up something that is desirable, which is fun, and I guess we can achieve a lot of that by having, I guess, a barrierless entry to play the game. So like Till mentioned earlier, you don't have to purchase 3 axes or a $1,200 spaceship like Star Atlas to play our game. And we really sort of want to have that mass appeal not only to the blockchain gaming space as well, but to gamers outside the space. And they're not going to want to set up a wallet and connect an on-ramp off fiat, get SPL tokens, connect their wallet up just to start playing, and then potentially have to buy an NFT. So I guess we're going about it a little bit different to your average turn-based RPG blockchain game. But we really believe that it will work to our benefit, and also offer a more engaging and sort of fun experience. On saying that though, I mean, in regards to these guilds, we do see them as a great opportunity to build our community of gamers. So, I mean, obviously, we welcome any sort of conversations and conduits to speaking to guilds like yourselves, to actually sort of get the ball rolling and see how we can sort of collaborate as well, and see how we can, get that engagement with your guild players, and sort of move forward.
Yeah, I would probably add one more thing to that as well, and that is, some of the best discussions we've had with VCs, with the community, have been, and with our internal team, with our writers and devs, has been around the evolving and emerging uh, concept of having jobs in the metaverse, and just just kind of crawling the not to name names, but just crawling the Reddits of some of these crypto paid play to earn games. It's not always kind of a happy place, and for us, gameplay is really paramount, and we believe that if people are going to be kind of spending more time in the metaverse and in virtual worlds, it needs to be fun, because that's ultimately a quality of life issue.
I completely agree with you there. I think the main thing that a game has to be is fun, and the whole play to earn aspect has to be a secondary thing, right? If it's not a fun game, it's not going to work.
Yeah, absolutely. And it won't be sticky. It won't have that longevity.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you definitely don't want to be in a sort of situation where players are just playing to earn pittance as well. Like there's no money to be earned, and it's really what's the phrase you coin all the time?
Oh, I do. I paraphrase Jonathan Blow. I'm a big Jonathan Blow fan. Jonathan Blow I believe Jonathan Blow coined the phrase "reward for suffering," and there's definitely not a place we want to be with Plutonians.
Yeah,
we want to be a game first, and I think kind of paying your players to kind of suffer through a poorly designed gameplay experience is definitely something that we strive to avoid, and we'll be closely listening to the community to kind of adjust the sails once they're underway, especially
Absolutely.
in regards to that.
Yeah, perfect. My next question is around the spaceships. At the Guild, we talk about spaceships all day. So how
we could.
Yeah, same here. I want to know sort of how varied and customizable are the ships? And given the player-generated content, would we be able to create our own spaceships?
That's a solid question.
It's a
Phil,
good question.
you should feel this, because it's
Yeah,
part of what we're
yeah.
actually working on at the moment.
Totally.
Yeah.
So look, we've got some very talented devs on board already, and so what we're currently looking into is it's going to be okay. The short answer is yes, but I guess the expanded answer is it depends how far you want to take it. We would love to see things as kind of user-friendly and easy to use as or simple as, say, customizing the textures customizing the skins and textures of your ships. That'd be great. Going further than that into the game editor itself, what we hope to offer is, obviously we will give game editors, for lack of a better description, people who want to make their own metaverse game using Plutonians. We'll obviously give them all of the game assets that are in the kind of official set to use, but then if that user wants to go a bit deeper, we want to support that. So if they want to start coding, learning a bit of JSON or JavaScript, if they want to open up Blender and actually design and model a ship and then bring it in and figure out the hitbox and stuff, we want to support that. So we'll be doing our best to make the tools we want to make the tools as best we can to provide that spectrum. So if someone wants to jump in and just make a quick level, that's definitely something you can do. If people want to go deeper and completely reskin the game and make their own game, essentially, with their own story, we want to be able to support that too. But obviously, it's not going to be as simple as kind of click and drag when it gets to that stage.
Well, so basically, in summary, Equinauts, guild, ships, and levels confirmed that.
It could be similar to portals. I think there's like an
Yeah.
add-on, for portals. So you could even make an Equinauts galaxy if you have the time and the
awesome.
effort for it.
Yeah, and then we'd be able to
love to
fly
see
between Plutonians Metaverse and the actual Equinauts Metaverse potentially. And with your own
next
branding,
AMA
of
will
course.
be in the Plutonians.
Yeah.
That's super cool, guys. We've got a question here from Osaka Ramen. His question is, how will the user-created content be governed, the IP-sensitive content, or will it be free-for-all content with warning?
Yeah, look, we're not,
Confirmation?
we're not in the business of owning your intellectual property. If you design a ship, that's your ship, and that's there's no way we could foreseeably circumvent that kind of basic level of copyright law. If you like YouTube, you can pull your video from YouTube anytime. It's your content.
And just I guess adding on top of the discussion we had before, let's say we make an Equinox galaxy, right? Will that be an on-chain thing? Will you be able to mint that as an NFT, or will that just be?
Yeah, that's a really great question. We're currently thinking about how to do that. Obviously, the blockchain is it's open, right? I guess there's some of the scenarios we're exploring at the moment, or some of the scenarios we probably like to see would be kind of similar to how you have Minecraft servers. So you might have a Plutonian server, and then on that server you'd be running the Equinox, mod.
Like a subdomain
like
almost.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, look, in terms of actually integrating with the blockchain, all of that stuff needs to be audited and kind of triple, quadruple checked. But it is definitely something we want to do. We'd love to be able to, and in some ways we are looking into doing that kind of within the official, quote unquote official Plutonians law and set. Especially stuff like custom ship skins, like that. That I feel we would love to see on chain. But yeah, look, again, we want to be in a situation where someone can kind of spin up their metaverse and run a server and have their own set on chain. That would be really exciting. If we could facilitate, that would be amazing.
Yeah, definitely desired state.
Yeah, desired state. But at the moment, we're building the serving suggestion, if you will. So the official Plutonians law, and I hope everyone's seen the trailer. That was a lot of teams coming together on that. That was really exciting to make.
And we'll continue to release those out until our September iteration of the Unreal Engine version of the game as well. So yeah, we're just getting started, and I mean, look, I guess once we've got that tool set out in sometime in March, April, like it could gently flow into the start of April. Obviously, that's really going to help bring people along for the ride as well, sort of moving towards that Unreal Gaming Engine iteration. And look, it's shamelessly a bit of a talent pool that we're building that we can potentially leverage off as well. So it's going to be very exciting to see what the community and your would-be gaming devs or blockchain come gaming devs sort of really start standing up there, because we'll be watching, and it's just going to be exciting, sort of bringing it all together, and potentially even in that main first iteration we may have some community content. We can't rule that out either.
Thanks, guys. I think that's all the questions we have from the community.
Okay, great.
On behalf of the whole Equinauts community, thank you both so much for your time and insight today. We hope you've enjoyed this AMA as much as we have, and we can't wait for your idea on Equinauts on 11 February.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Looking forward to that. Thank you so much for
Thanks.
hosting this. It was
Thanks,
really
Noel.
exciting.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. And apologies, everybody, to that attack our AMA.
No, that was exciting. Hecklers are always welcome. I just wish we were doing my normal stand-up set. I would have destroyed him, but that's all right.
I wonder if we make it into the VOD on YouTube.
I was waiting to mosh jump into the crowd and flatten him with my square head, but it didn't.
Yeah, I
happen,
wanted
sorry.
to be down here. I wanted to be down here in the crowd.
Yeah, I wanted to be in the nose. This is the nosebleed right here.
The
We should
nosebleed.
mosh a little bit before we go. I love that mosh movement that you get.
Mighty also said his mic didn't work, so he wanted to talk about spaceships, but that's okay. Next time.
Yeah. Well, thanks a lot for having us, guys, and it was great to be here. Is that?
Thanks for coming.
I can see Ben over there. Hey, man, how are you?
How you doing, brother?
Yeah, good, man. Thanks for coming.
Definitely, this was fun, and I'm multitasking, but I am communicating with our whale group and also sharing some of the news. So
Awesome.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. It's a little bit more immersive than the normal Telegram AMA, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, this is way more fun than the TG.
Yeah.
Yeah. Check out
More
the
of this,
arcade machine. You can play the demo as well.
That's so funny. If I could show you my office right now, I have a real Pac-Man arcade machine in my office. So I think we might have to get Plutonians on there.
Yeah, we'll send out the ROM.
You're saying that I can literally play Plutonians on this arcade machine right here?
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. If you click on it,
I
it's not
just
loading
did.
for me though.
It's loading.
Is it loading?
Let's see if it works.
I'm on Australian internet.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. It's
Wait.
working. Oh, it's-
All right, cool.
Some of them. This one, guys. One closer to the stage. Well, thanks,
That
guys.
one.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Guys. Great AMA. Thanks.
Have a good one. Osaka ramen saltier than Tokyo ramen as well. Osaka ramen.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. No offense. All right, cool. I'm out. Have a good one, guys.
I do like Hakata ramen though.
I haven't tried it personally.
You can get the kaidama extra noodles.
Oh, extra noodles and double meat. All right, see ya.
Thanks,
Extra
guys.
char siu. See ya.
Peace out.
See you guys.
Ciao, bye.
Yeah.